I gotta turn them backlights off too. What's up, y'all?
Hola. How is everyone doing? Welcome to Des and Ya Talks. Yeah. We are on every Saturday at 9:30, give or take a
Oh,
few
sorry, I gotta turn
minutes,
this down.
because the man of God be late.
I was ready. Oh, I was thinking about my thing real quick though. That's all.
But we are
Oh,
on,
yep. Let's
and we
go.
are excited to talk to y'all.
Uh oh.
Oh yeah, I'm not hosting. I'm talking.
It's fine. You can talk as much as you want to. We just getting started. I gotta change my folder. There we go. All right, y'all. We gonna be getting rocking and rolling about.
Rock and rolling.
I don't like Let's get rocking and rolling. You ready? Okay. That's how we usually end, but we started like that tonight because I want to get started. All right. So it's been a long Saturday. Uh, it's funny because people have off on weekends or
Right.
Monday to Friday. The week, we 7 days a week. Yeah. I mean, I don't look at church as like if I could be really, I don't look at church as like hold on, let me fix my mic here. I don't look at church as like I gotta fix my mic. Hold on. Sorry. I don't look at church as like work.
Right.
I don't look at church as like work, but I do have to, I'm not laying around in the bed either.
Right.
I enjoy going to church because again, that's part of my form of my worship of my life. But at the same time, I do have to preach, do have to serve. So I'm not just there. I'm preparing all of that. So, um, but yeah, I
Testing,
am.
testing.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, yeah. So I think that I don't know. I just make. But again, like I said, it's yeah, it's part of our life. But we 7 days. Saturday's working day now. Because again, I got wrestling early in the mornings. Um, getting these kids ready and all of that, and then you got spa and all the other things that we got going on. But again, to God be the glory. That's why,
Yeah.
when we go away, boy, we
Amen.
rest on
Amen.
it. But anywho, I'm on live to talk. It's our designated talk. Anything you want to say before I kind of
Well,
go into
I
this?
was talking before, so
All right. Okay, cool. Hey, YouTube family, Facebook family. Let me see if anybody's on
what is up?
either one of the. Well, I think we're on three different spots now. We're on three. We're on two YouTube pages, one Facebook page. So, um,
Oh,
I find out where we at now. Let me see. Which one you looking at? You looking
welcome,
at Facebook,
welcome.
right? So you can see comments on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
We
So
see y'all. Wait, people getting on. Say hello. We see you guys getting on. Just say hi.
I get so many people that be like,
Just put
"Man, I enjoy."
HI.
I get so many random people that be
That's
like,
it.
they be like, "Man, I really enjoy y'all little, your podcast with your wife," and I'll be like,
You never even
"I've
know.
never even
I
known you
know.
watched it.
That's
I've
funny. I
never known you
know.
watched
I know that
it."
happens often. People
Randoms,
say things and you be like,
not
"Oh, I never
not
even
not
knew
people
you was
from
on
church and
there."
stuff like that. I'm talking about
Right?
just
Not the
like,
people that be commenting. Be the people
mm-mm.
like you don't even know
Yep.
they watching. Well, anyway, welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year
It's,
again.
yeah. Happy New Year. Okay,
Okay.
we got a unique conversation, but first, before we get started,
Hey, that
we're
was rude.
gonna.
You just cut me off.
Did I
It's
cut you off?
okay.
That was rude.
It's all right. I'm used to
Whatever.
it.
All right, so we're gonna do like one of our quick what's the word I'm looking for?
Hot
One of
topics.
our hot topics. All right, so it's not a top 10, but it's kind of a top five. All right, here we go. All right, so it's not a top 10 today. It's
I
more of
be
a.
jamming to that beat, y'all.
Do you
Every
like
time it
that?
come on, I be
Do
like,
you really like that?
yeah,
Like Kirk
it's
Cousins.
cool.
Somebody know about Kirk Cousins? We see you
I
like
don't
that.
know Kirk Cousins.
All right, so here we go. Here's a question I'm gonna ask you. Right, if you only had 3 activities, I probably should have said 5. I'll push it up to. I'll give you 4. And let's go in between. If you only have 4 activities that you could do for the rest of your life, and that's the only 4 that you could do, what would those 4 be? That means like, I don't know if I want to count reading because
Okay.
I don't know if I can live without reading, especially my
Okay.
Bibles like
So
that.
are we counting
So
eating and drinking?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay,
no.
okay, okay.
That's necessity.
So just
So activities,
activities.
meaning like watching movies, exercising, being able to go bowling, golfing, escape room. That's a separate activity. Like skating, um, painting. I mean anything. You were limited to 4 activities for the rest of your life. I'll even include gaming on your phone or anything. You're limited to 4 activities for the rest of your life. That's all you can do. Can't do anything else. What would those 4 activities be, and why? You ain't gotta say why, but just what would be your 4 activities? Let's hear
Let
them.
me see. I guess posting reels. I don't want to because that's what I don't know if that's considered one, but I guess that would be considered
I
one.
mean, you do
Like
that because of
fashion
business, but
rules.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Um.
I'll count that. That's
So I
one.
guess that would be one.
Okay.
Um. Another activity. I don't know if vacationing is considered an activity or I
I'm
don't know how
not
that works, but
counting
that's
that.
okay. Because I was like, that's a serious one.
Because
That
then
has
you,
to be
but then
one
you,
as
but
well.
then you're there. You doing activities, unless you just laying in the bed asleep.
Oh yeah, I like to lay and sleep.
But that's not an activity. I'm just saying, like going on vacation is not an activity. So I'm talking about
Okay,
activities.
so
I'm limited
um,
to 3 for you because you know, I guess you're not very active.
driving is not
It's not an activity. You
okay.
have to go somewhere.
Um,
I guess I'm more active than you.
okay, congratulations. um, so let's see. I'm trying to think of different activities. I mean,
I
I
would probably say for you,
crafting, so that would probably be one for me
I
because
say so
I like
crafting.
painting and making things. I do that.
You
Um,
already up to 2.
okay. Um,
You said post, so no TV.
yeah, so I guess TV. I mean, I don't watch it all the time, so
I
it
know, but
kind of
when you
don't
want to
even
watch a
matter.
movie, that means you can no longer watch a movie again. You have to.
Okay, so TV. That's
You got one
3.
more.
Um,
You should write down y'all activities. You're stuck with 3 to 4 activities for the rest of your life. What would they
three
be?
to four activities.
That's it. Can't do nothing else.
Um, listening to music, that wouldn't be an activity, right?
Yes.
Really?
I'm not gonna count that. Music just comes on,
Okay.
so you can't block your ears out when music comes on.
I guess shopping, would that be an activity?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
that's an activity because that's
So
not
I have
that's
to
not
go to
necessary.
I have to go to that 'cause, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. My 3 or 4 exercising has to be in there. So lifting or exercising. I'm gonna include that in my wrestling too because that's part of exercise. Can I include that? 2 would be watching movies. So exercising, watching movies. 3 would probably be. Oof.
Y'all, if y'all just jumping on, y'all can share with us
I would
4
say
activities that you would pick that you were limited to 4 activities
the
for the
rest of your
rest of your
life.
life. What 4 activities would they be?
Like I said, watching movies, exercising. Ooh.
You
I
had
would
time to think
say
about this, like you told me.
I didn't really think about it. I just came up. That was what I was writing down right now. I'll just leave. I don't know. That's it. I
Come
just
on,
need
Mr.
those 2.
Active. You say you was much more active than me. I got to 4, so go
I
for
mean,
it.
I can say playing
You
basketball,
said
but I don't play
2.
basketball as much anymore, so it's fine.
Okay, so come on, Mr. Active.
Okay,
Y'all did
fine. I
2.
would say exercise. I was gonna say wrestling because I still wrestle. And that's
Okay.
active.
You said that was included with.
Is coaching work? That's what I was gonna say.
I don't know. You came up with it. Does
All right,
it?
so coaching. That's an activity for me.
Oh,
I would
okay.
never stop coaching right now for that. That would be my 4. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Where's your 4?
I just said them.
No, you said exercising, but you said wrestling will be included with that.
Coaching.
Watching movies and
Coaching.
coaching. Mr. Active.
I had a lot on my mind. I'm thinking about
Oh,
different
okay.
ones.
Well,
That's
go
why I'm just
ahead.
trying to
Go
figure
for
out
it.
which one that last one
So
would
you
be.
just so it should be easy to get four. You have so
Playing
many.
games with my kids.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I decided to kind of have a conversation around something today that's a little different. I hope this will be encouraging to people. This conversation today. Of course, we've been talking a lot more about things that have been going on in the world. Like, we talked about turning negatives and positives last week about the dress. We talked about. I remember a few weeks back we had talked about the way those people handled that boy in church
Oh.
when he was sitting there, the child, and the child said what he said. Basically, we've had a lot of different conversations, but I want this conversation that I want to talk about today to be somewhat encouraging. Now, the conversation is encouraging is like this because again, when we come into a new year, right? Oftentimes we think about how um, we have our New Year's resolutions, and everybody gets all excited about, all right, it's New Year's, and I'm going to do this,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
do that. Like I was looking at one of my teachers, she comes down now during when we got our silver and blue time, and she comes and she walks, and I was like, oh, it's a new year, right? Because she's on that treadmill. She was like, yep, yep. I'm gonna just try to get my steps in. I'm like, yep. And I saw something in the fact that how people like quit their resolution by yesterday, the ninth, is when they start like dwindling down away from what they were doing. Seriously, like people go like almost 9 days. After 9 days, they kind of start losing themselves. And I think what happens with that, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, it's not so much for your resolution, but I think a lot of times, I don't know about you, and I think me and you are both kind of wired like this in a sense. Um, and I'm gonna ask you a question before I kind of get into this and why I'm gonna say. What do you feel like? Would you say your top three successes are in life? Like, where do you feel like you feel like, man, this was a success for me in life? I know that's what I felt like too when I thought about it. Like kicking a soccer ball. What do you feel like your greatest three successes or top three successes are in life thus
Okay,
far?
so I would say one would be having a relationship with God.
That's a success.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, 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 that's
It
fine.
helps me in so many different ways. Helps my perspective,
Okay,
my life, the way it's going.
okay.
It helps me to understand that there is like,
Can folks hear
there's
you right now?
always. Uh, Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm sorry. That there's always um, more with God. Um, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. Is it
Your
a
mic
little
sounds
blurry?
distant. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, y'all should have told us the mic's messing up a
Yeah, no,
little
you
bit,
just you gotta talk louder.
but it sounds like
You gotta talk
muffled.
into your microphone
It
too,
sounds
though,
like buzzy, doesn't it?
because you're going like so far away from it. All right, now talk.
Oh,
Let's see now.
let me know if that's better. Y'all not even letting us know. Um, yeah, it sounds like
All right, now talk. Go ahead.
it's oh, it's fuzzy.
Let me see.
Um,
That's
okay,
better.
y'all, let me know if it's still
That's better.
staticky.
And you're
Okay.
really soft too, but it's okay.
So where was I?
Your
My
successes. Go
my
ahead.
relationship with Christ.
Okay.
Um, I would say also um not giving up when I wanted to. I think that's a success because
How is explain
I
it?
was about to.
Okay.
I think it's a success
Hey, Katrina.
because even in dealing with
Good to see
life
you.
with business and um just
So
different
your
things that
business is
I
a
did.
success.
No, no, no.
It is.
I mean, I thank God I was able to start the first steps, but I don't look at it as a success yet because I still feel like there's so much more. I mean,
And
I
you're
know
getting to it. You're
oftentimes
getting to a
people don't
point. Go
people.
ahead.
I
No,
know
you're getting.
oftentimes.
Just tell
I'm
us.
supposed to be talking.
I
You
know, but
keep
you're
cutting me off.
because you're getting way ahead of our conversation
Oftentimes
already.
people say the first step, like you just making that first step, is a success, and that's in itself because most people have an idea or they have something that
You're
they
good. You're good. They
want
said they
to
can hear you.
do, but a lot of times they won't step out in it. So I am
Stop
thankful
slapping the cord.
that I mean that's kind of a success, and that's what I mean by giving up, because even in times when, like, I remember even when we first started out, and how like we were trying to do so many things to try to get people to come in and just different things, and it was like, okay, like what is going on? And it's just, and that's where the relationship with God comes in too. But it was just, even in those times where it was like, in a sense, desolate, or it didn't seem like it was where we felt like it was supposed to be in a particular time. It's still like, I still didn't give up on it and just be like, oh, you know
Hey,
what,
Aunt
that's
Leslie,
it,
good to see you.
and a lot of times that happens when we're in certain spaces. It's easy to just be like, because it doesn't
Hey,
look like
Mom, good
a
to see you.
particular place, like, okay, I'm quitting, or I'm gonna let it go, or you know what, this just isn't working. So I think that in itself, that's why I say not giving up, not quitting, is a success in itself, because that's
Okay.
in any area. Because it's easy to, I mean, even like, for instance, going to school, writing a book, all of those things,
Mhm.
your persistence and your um, willingness not to quit or not to give up is a success in itself, because it
Okay.
still allows you to move forward. It still allows you to build, compared to just pulling back and just not doing
Thank you for that
anything.
deep explanation. And number
So,
3.
number three would be, um, I mean, in my mind, I be thinking about family, but then at the same
That's
time,
good. That's fine.
I don't know if that's like,
I would
because I
consider
don't
that in my
see
mind. I
the
consider that
full
a
future
success.
yet. So, you know what I
But I
mean?
consider that a success. Being
So
a
that
mother
would
and,
be,
the way you know your children.
well, I mean, okay.
Go ahead. We go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking for you. So you say
No,
what
it's
it is.
okay. I was just saying, family. Yeah. I was
You want to
saying you and the
explain?
kids.
Explain
Um,
quickly because you're gonna get to my. You
I
got.
mean, I'm trying not to say, um, just saying, like, just to be able, I mean, even for, to be able to, I think, us build a relationship and us build past, like, even where we first begun. Um,
Is
and
that the right?
then having children, like, I feel like
Mhm.
all of it, I don't know, is a success. Like, I'm grateful for it. I don't know if it's
You said
considered a
begun, isn't it began?
success,
But go ahead, keep going.
but
That is.
it's kind of like a blessing. I don't
That's
I
a
don't know the
success.
exact,
No,
because you
because
didn't really
it takes
elaborate on
work.
what you wanted. You just
No,
said
you're
three
fine.
things
I
that
told
you
you that's
you know.
good.
No, no, no. I was just saying, so I didn't know
I just said it was good like 2 minutes
how
ago,
to
so that
make
means
it
it's good.
more understandable.
I said it's good. Okay.
Hey, mom.
All right. So here we go. So
Hey, auntie.
here's what
Aunt
I'm gonna say.
Leslie.
Here's what I'll
Hi,
say.
Katrina.
So you started leading into something, okay? And what you started leading into was you started to say something that was going to bring up my next point, and that is a lot of times people are very goal oriented, like you are. I am too, right? And sometimes, like we'll say, like for example, you just said like keep going is a success. Not so much your business, right? Like you started, once we, well, that phone's going off, ain't he? Um, when the spa got started, right? It officially started as a business, opened up in 2019, right? So you survived COVID. Like when we opened and you got everything opened up, you survived COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, COVID came
Like
like
COVID,
literally that
like
next.
yes, like right when things like started kind of getting off the ground a little bit, then COVID hit, right? And then you was able to sustain, go through that, continue to move on. And right now we're in
Love you
2026,
too.
and that was 2019 would have been started, so it's been 7 years. So that's a success, right? And I think that to go back, what I was talking about, like with New Year's Eve and resolutions, people being like very goal oriented. I think it's good to be goal oriented, but sometimes when you're so goal oriented, you lose track of like celebrating like successes along the way. Because like sometimes like I use my one example I have, right? Um, I've been pastoring now for 14 years, right? Now, do I believe where we're going to be or where I feel like I would have been now? Absolutely not, right? But to still be doing this for no, it's almost 15 years. To be doing this almost 15 years, and to still have like just what people know we have and understanding and still be able to be where God has have us for 15 years, it's still like, would I think I'd be here 15 years? No, I expect it to be further along goal, but it's still a success because again, I know where we started from, what we didn't have, what we didn't have access to, who we were. So my goals are like, my goals sometimes tell me it's not a success, right? But at the same time, I've had successes along the way, but I can still have goals that I have that I really want to get to that will make me feel the fullness of the successfulness. And I think a lot of times people don't feel successful because either culturally we don't feel successful or we're so goal driven that we don't feel like anything is successful. You understand what I'm saying to you about that? And I think like a lot of times we got to take a moment. Like I'll use it for football, right? Like we had a great season. Like we just had our banquet, and this is one of the reasons why this came to my mind. It came to my mind because about New Year's Eve, and like we spent a lot of time this past when was the banquet? Thursday night, like really celebrating what took place. And I think I understood it even after we won our last game and we were 9-1. It really didn't hit me until like the other night at the banquet, and I'm sitting there watching this video this kid put together. It was like a 12-minute video, and I felt my eyes getting a little weak, and I was like, "Nah, we ain't doing this." But it was finally like I thought about what that felt like to be 2-8, right, the first year, and like getting killed in games and all of that, and it was like, here we go, Desmond. You have not really like, and I'm already thinking about next year, like what we can do next year, but I haven't really sat down and be like, "Yo, man." And people always tell me all the time, like, "Man, great season, da, da, da." But I haven't really sat down and be like, let me enjoy this in my mind. Like, let me enjoy. It's like, no, I'm thinking about next year. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about the junior class that came in with me that's going to be seniors. Like, how do we get to the playoffs? Like, how do we get to? And I don't sit down and just enjoy successes, even ministry and work and all that. And I think a lot of times we don't feel successful because we haven't gotten to the end. But like David killing Goliath wasn't the end. So I think my point is like celebrating that. What do you have to say? Because I think that's needed because I think sometimes it helps you refocus when you feel like you're in a valley, even and you be like, wait a minute, but we have success. And I think the successes help you to push past the valleys to continue to go to peaks. So good. You want to add anything to that?
No, I agree with you.
Okay. I want you to talk. Can you talk
Oh,
about it?
yeah. I mean, you
Because I think what you
I
said,
think
because
it's
you
a good.
actually, because here's the problem. You literally like said, sorry, yeah, something right there hit me in my chest for a second. You literally just said like, I don't feel like the business is. Like. I think I'll never feel like, even when we get to a certain place, I think I'll still never feel like the church can. I'll feel like there's another phase. Like my faith will make me feel like "Hey, we can have 2,000 people, we can have a school running, we can have all these things, and I'll still feel like there's another phase. Like, oh, I feel like we're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think like it's okay to take a breather and celebrate. Though this right here is a success, even though it's not the full goal what you desire. So go ahead.
No,
You want
I think it's because of the way, like normally when we look at success, we look at it on a bigger scale.
to?
So I
Yeah,
think it's good, like to celebrate. I think those are considered like goals and milestones, right? And pretty much like where you feel like, okay, this is how I saw it, or this is how the
so
way
we
we
can
look
turn
at it.
that
But
thing.
I think it's important. Like I think those are like, for instance, me starting a business,
So
me
milestone
doing
is
it,
success.
different things. I think are milestones and steps to get to success. So
You
I think it's the way you look at it. So
but you
that's the
have
way
to.
I look at it. So I don't really think it's gotten to that point
So a
yet where I can
success
call
and
it, but
ending is there's
I do
no.
think it's celebrating moments. Like I think it's okay to say, yeah, you started, you did it, this part happened, that happened. Like I think those are milestones, like kind of like stepping stools
That's
till you
success,
get to
baby.
a place. Well, I'm just saying that I look at it differently.
But then how? But no. But it's milestones are not. I can check a box. Checking boxes don't allow success. Success is something you celebrate. People don't celebrate like okay, I hit a milestone. Like that's
Well, we
a
were just saying.
milestone.
I thought you was in agreement when I said about you should celebrate those, like when
Yeah, but a
certain things, like
milestone
when you
is
do.
success.
Okay, but everybody looks at it differently. I don't look at I look at them as milestones or stepping stools. I look at success like, okay, this is, Lord, this is the vision that you show me. And not to say the vision that you show me is the end, but it's, I've got to this point.
Okay.
Now I'm waiting for God to take me to, so that's where I see
So
the
so David
success
killing
on.
Goliath wasn't success. Was that a success? I'm asking a question.
Um, I think it was a victory.
That's a success.
Okay.
I'm just, no, but the reason why the reason why I'm bringing all this up,
Yeah, I just look at it differently.
but I'm
Two
saying,
different
but I know, but see, but the problem
mindsets.
is, I know, but I'm saying, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying because I'm in the same mindset, like how you're thinking. But I'm really starting to try to unwire my mind from like I said, I was even struggling with it now. Like I was struggling with the fact of just celebrating hard. Like I was celebrating the kids, of course, but I think also I need a moment to celebrate. And say, hey man, I'm glad that we did as well as we did, and we worked hard at this. You know what I mean? And all of that. I think like you got to take those moments because I think they help you. But you don't take the moments. Like you don't look
I
at
didn't
your,
say I took them, but
but you don't look at
I
your, you
just
don't do
said
that with your
multiple
business and be
times
like, you know what, man?
that they're milestones. So this is how I
Have you
explain it.
celebrated any
This is how I
milestone at
explain
Yane
it.
and Dynasty
This
Dream
is how I
Sky?
explain it in class. So when I have my class when I'm talking to people, this is
Shameless.
probably what
Well, that's
I
not a
would.
shameless
This is
plug. It's a
probably
plug
what I
because
would
you're
look
allowed to
at.
plug on this.
So, for instance, I always say you have a blank canvas. Every stroke that you take, because you all have a picture in mind. That's what the vision is. That's what you want to see.
Right.
Every stroke you take is a step, and you can celebrate each step if you want. You can celebrate after you did 5 steps, after you did 10 steps, however you want.
Agreed.
But the success doesn't come until you finish all your strokes. That's how I look at success.
Okay.
So everything else before that is just pretty much the process, and it's just pretty much building on it. Steps, steps, steps. Every stroke, you know. And if you continue to do the stroke, eventually you'll see that. Now, is it the end? There might be more pictures that you have to do. There might
Correct.
be a bigger picture that you have. Not saying that that's the end, but that's, I think, that first time where it's okay. This was a success. Now let me move forward in the
So
next
you're
thing.
okay.
But
So
you can celebrate those parts in between. I'm not saying you can't.
so I'll use this right. I know this is a little more. This is more a little more far fetching, but for example, someone that was a drug user, right? And they've gone like, okay, they was using drugs every day. Now they've gone a day, 2 days, 3 days. Each day is a success, like for them to get through that day, right? I'm just, or you could say it's a milestone, but I'm just saying success means, listen, success to me means like you're winning in a sense. Like it's not, I, I don't like, I think being successful to a degree in the culture we live in has blinded us to just the end result. That's all I'm saying. I just think that sometimes we can't. I like that paintbrush thing. That's pretty good. I like that. I'll steal it one time. Um, but it's just it's. I think that my whole point is this, right? Because people are they're throwing out their the number now supposedly is that when people get rid of their um New Year's resolution is actually like today. Like this is the like January 9th, January 10th is the day when people actually just start slowing down after 10 days. 9 to 10 days, they start slowing down, excuse me, on what they had laid out. And that's wild. And I think a lot of times I think people don't like be like, man, I'm doing better. I'm doing this today. I walked today. I ran today. I did this today. I think because they're not seeing the results, they don't think it's success. So if I don't lose 3 pounds in 10 days and I'm trying to lose 60 pounds, I don't celebrate the milestone, as you say. So I don't feel like I'm being successful in my journey. And I think a lot of times people don't embrace their milestones as successes because they want to see the whole 60 pounds just fall off in 2 days. And they're not looking at it because a lot of times, one of the things about weight loss, most people gain the weight before you actually lose it when you start working out. So
And I think one of the things that I always talk to people about this is just consistency. I think consistency is like
appreciate you, Malika. And that's another part I'm gonna talk
is
about
like
too.
the key to everything, right? Because we don't always see what's going on behind the scenes. And like you were saying, even in exercising, a lot of times you won't see the immediate result, and then sometimes that'll cause you to give up, which is why I said I think not giving up is a success in itself.
Okay.
But a lot of times you won't see the immediate result. But the point is, if you're consistent long enough, then you'll eventually see results, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like just like the painting, if you're consistent, if you keep stroking, and a lot of times where we are, like we'll look at, which is a killer comparison. We'll look at something else and say, "Oh, well, they did this, or they have
You're
this, or
getting
this,
into
that,
my
and the
last
other,"
part, but I ain't got time.
and it's like all you have to do is just be consistent with the little that you have, right? Just like we talked about the talents, right? All you have to do is manage what you have. And once you manage what you have, and once you steward that well, then you're allowed to have more, in a sense. Like God will give more to you. But if we're not consistent in just the little things, then how do we expect actually to see, really the full vision or success or whatever it might be? Because if I'm not consistent, and if I say, you know what, I want to lose 100 pounds, and I'm not consistently showing up at the gym, yes, you might have a day, okay, maybe I messed up that day, or maybe something, but just keep showing up. Sometimes people mess up, even fasting, right? When we fast, a lot of times, like sometimes you cannot be thinking, I'll say I've done this before, I'll tell myself, you're not thinking, like, you're fasting, but in a moment, like just because you're used to doing something, you throw something in your mouth and it's like, oh, you think about it, then you spit it out. And then some people right there be like, you know what? I'm quitting my fast.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to, no, I'm spitting this out. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay consistent in
Mm-hmm.
it. And that's what happens even in like weight loss and just different business, anything. Like, God to give us something. I have to make this spiritually because that's just how.
That's what we do.
God
It's
to give us
fine.
something. And a lot of times
Trying to talk about David and
we'll
Goliath.
start something or start moving in something, but then we stop because we don't see the immediate results. When we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, we don't know what's working behind the scenes, and a lot of times we'll stop right before a breakthrough is going to come, or right before something is about to happen. Even when we look at the children of Israel, like what we talk, like they were right on the cusp, but just because they stopped believing and couldn't believe, it's like now you're gonna miss out on this. Like y'all was
Right.
right there, you know what I mean? But because of the lack of belief and the lack of faith to continue, it was like, okay, now you just jacked up. You can't see the
Yeah.
promise. So it's consistency is one of the most important things in everything. Even in with us, even with our bodies and just different things like drinking what, like all of it, consistency eventually will outweigh whatever the other situation is. So, for instance,
No, 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 no.
consistency.
I know
Oh,
what you meant.
okay,
You just
because
you
you
went
were
into
looking
you
at
went to a whole nother.
I know that's why I
That's
pulled
why I was
myself
like,
in
yeah,
and
you going
stopped.
to somewhere else. All right, so I'm gonna land with this. I'm done. My whole point of this is this. I just want people to celebrate where you are. I want you to celebrate. Look at your life, right? This is my point tonight. Look at your life and find out, because what happens is
Oh, I
we
appreciate
have a
you.
place of where we can feel
You said people who
negativity.
dream to be where you
Yeah, that's what I said. You didn't hear me say it? I said appreciate that. So
are.
thank you. I said people will figure out how to be negative about, like, oh, I didn't get this done. This didn't happen for me. I didn't take care of this. This didn't. Well, where can you say you have success, or where have you had
Yeah,
success? You mentioned about our family. Like, I feel like that's successful, right? Especially in the times we live in, right? I feel like, could I be better?
yeah,
Absolutely. There's always growth to be better. I think I'm a great dad.
you are.
I feel like you're a great mom. I think I can be a greater dad. And I feel like you could be a greater mom. That's just how we are. We just,
What?
yes, you could. I knew you was going to do that. I knew you was going to do that.
Say.
That's how we're driven. That's how we're driven. But I think that at the end of the day, like, I think I can celebrate that. We can
Yeah,
celebrate that. So
yeah,
my point, last thing I'm gonna say is this. Please, again, celebrate, look at your success, and I think Malika said something, because I was gonna lay into that for a second, real fast, because I think the one thing that can kill how we evaluate success is comparison, or how we compare where we think, comparing to how others are evaluating success, or where we look at a picture of success is. You have to make sure you. I remember, um, again, buying our first home, and I was sitting there like, to me that felt like success, because I was like, to own a house, not like that was just like a main cog in my head when I first got married, she was like, I need to own a house, but not any house, a good house, size house for family, all that. Like what I want in a sense for different things, like in my head. Like I had a picture in my head. So like it's to me that was success. Like you could have I could have been like, hallelujah. You know, like that was you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but go ahead. I'm done. I'm
Um,
stopping there.
no, I think that's a good. Just it is. It's important to celebrate. I think one of the things that helps that is actually writing down like your goals. Like, what do I want to do? Because sometimes we'll say we want to do, and we'll almost, in a sense, forget. Oh, you know what? I did this, or I actually did that. You know, and celebrate it. Because sometimes we're moving so much, doing so much. We're more so, like you said earlier, we're more so looking at, okay, what's next? What's this? What's that? You know,
Yep.
compared to actually taking a moment, like, wow, I really did that. You know,
Absolutely.
and I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, and it was something that I was doing.
Child, you shouldn't even
Insider. It
child.
was
No,
something
no.
that I was doing. They was like, I'm so proud that you even, got that one. I was like, it's certain things that you forget that you're that you're doing,
That's
and
an
a lot
inside
of
joke.
times, like,
As my kids call
it's
it. That's
important
what
to.
you just said that your friend. My kids call that. My kids at school, they be like, yeah, private server. Like if somebody say something, we talk about something, they pull somebody be like private server. And they like pull away most people like, yeah, we gotta go to the private server instead of being on the public server.
But yeah, I think it's good to write those things down. Just so and even sharing,
Hmm.
like if you have a friend or if you have, your spouse, whoever, like sharing it with them, because sometimes we forget, like even, little things we forget sometimes.
All right. On that
I'm
note,
trying
y'all,
to
we
talk
getting
over
off.
it.
All right, y'all. But
But yeah,
listen, this has been good. I want y'all
celebrate
to
the steps,
celebrate, celebrate,
celebrate the little,
celebrate,
what we see
celebrate,
is little, but
celebrate, celebrate. All right. All right. Look, y'all. We appreciate
yeah.
y'all.
Thanks for getting
Thanks
on.
for getting
We're
on.
we over a little
Yeah,
bit.
we are. So that's what I'm saying. We getting off.
Have a great
All right.
night,
Have a great
guys.
night. Y'all take care. Okay.
All
All right.
right.